Good morning, people. PawpawSammyAlyBug here. I was asked by one of my subscribers to give the history on this reel. Okay? I did a lot of research, couldn't find a whole lot on the history of it. But about 3 or 4 weeks ago, one of my brother Ironworkers, I forgot the locals up north, said this reel was invented by an ironworker, a rod buster. Actually gave me an approximate date of when. Now I do know in local 623 Baton Rouge. And I started iron working, rod busting, oh Lord, back in the 60s, 1960s. And this reel was prevalent in Baton Rouge. No wire over the shoulders. All that was gone. Now, I did find out a few things that really, they make, this is a Klein reel. They got mucho different ones. In fact, I wrote it down. I couldn't believe it. One of them is called a quick draw reel by M-A-R, M-E-C, Marcy. It's got a button on it. Instead of the reel, coming off like this, you mash the button and just take it off. The only bad thing about it I could see in the center right here was a big protrusion sticking up about 1.5 inches and the size of that circle right there. If you have to crawl up inside a big cage to tie or a big pier, even this little handle hangs up and gives you a fit. I don't think I'd want to work with that center sticking out. I'd be hanging up on everything in sight. Now, the other thing I found out, they make them out of plastic. Now, I've never tried. I've seen the plastic reels in use. I've never tried one. I do know one thing. They wear out extremely fast. They just don't have the strength that the aluminum does and the tempered edge to hold. All right. This reel uses 16 gauge wire. Now, just quick, you put that wire in wrong and you got a mess. The wire feeds from the bottom of the rope, not the top. And I've seen apprentices stick it in where the wire was feeding out from the top. Excuse me. That's not good. It just messes everything up. Now, something else. It's hard to see. When you see the ridges where it's been cut, wire sliding out, well, that's years of work. This is the third reel that I have actually wore out. But, and it's a Klein. Same people that make it. Like I said, there's other brands. But I prefer sticking with something that I know is going to work. Like Klein. It's a proven thing. 1820, I think. 1880, they went in business. You also have your pliers, your linemen's. Now, what I was going to say is, one of the things I found out, they talk about the belt. It's a Klein, but I'm going to tell you what, I wouldn't want it. You see how my reel hangs down? Okay. Their belt has the same pad under the reel, but it's up here on the belt. The reel is up here. It's on a little square piece of leather. People, I don't care. If you got that wire up here trying to pull it and you're tying down here, okay? When you're tying down by your feet, trying to pull that wire, it's dragging on the bottom. It's hanging up. It don't want to come out right. Drop that reel right there. And when you're down here tying, you're feeding. And there's no pulling, no snatching, no jerking. Your wire don't tangle. So I don't care for that belt. I did see one. If a rod buster designed it, he was pretty well drunk when he did it. The pad hangs down below the belt. But I don't know how in the world you'd hook into it. It was weird shaped. To my way of knowledge, I don't think I like it. Now, one other thing, when you go on YouTube and you pull up these Ironworker belts and all, and you see these guys when their belts on, you there's nothing. There's 50 damn different tools. You got bags on the back, on the side. You can't tie rods in cages and climbing on walls. That's for show, people. I can't picture a man carrying 20 pounds of extra weight all day because it's pretty. Get your working belt. There's nothing I need to tie rods that I don't have right here, just like you see it. There's no need for the spud ring sticking back here and a pouch back here with God knows what's in it. I don't even know what all that stuff is. I looked at it 5 minutes, couldn't figure out what in the world they'd use it for, except it looks good, show and tell, whatever. But anyway, like and subscribe, and that's my belt work for